Linus Pauling, the scientist who fought for life, 1901 to 1994. Pasadena, California, 1930s. A young chemist stood before a blackboard covered in strange shapes, triangles, spirals, lattices. To others, they looked like chaos. But to Linus Pauling, they were the blueprints of life itself. Born in 1901 in Oregon, Pauling grew up poor but curious. As a child, he built his own chemistry lab from borrowed bottles and scraps of glass. When he inhaled the smell of sulfur, he said it was the scent of understanding. He studied at Caltech, where his brilliance dazzled even the greats. He could see the invisible, molecules and bonds dancing in perfect geometry. His mind turned chemistry into poetry. In the 1930s and 40s, Pauling revolutionized science. He revealed how atoms bond, how molecules twist, how proteins fold, giving birth to modern molecular biology. He was the first to map the alpha helix, a structure that later helped Watson and Crick decode DNA. Without him, the very shape of life might have remained hidden. In 1954, he received the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for his research into the nature of the chemical bond. He could have stopped there, but Pauling's story was just beginning. As the Cold War grew darker, nuclear bombs shook the earth, poisoning air and soil. While most scientists stayed silent, Pauling raised his voice. He gathered petitions, spoke at rallies, and wrote to governments, demanding an end to nuclear testing. He was called a traitor, his passport revoked, his lectures cancelled. But he refused to stop. Science cannot be separated from humanity, he said. To serve truth is to serve life. In 1962, the world finally listened. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his tireless campaign against nuclear weapons, the only person in history to win 2 unshared Nobel Prizes. But Pauling's curiosity never rested. In his later years, he turned to health and medicine, exploring the power of vitamins, especially vitamin C, in fighting disease. Though controversial, his ideas inspired generations of researchers and helped shape the field of orthomolecular medicine. To him, the mind and body were not separate, they were chemistry, harmony, and energy combined. When asked what drove him, Pauling once smiled and said, "Satisfaction comes from the joy of understanding something new." He died in 1994, at the age of 93, surrounded by books, papers, and the soft hum of the Pacific. He had spent a lifetime studying life, and defending it. Linus Pauling's legacy is not just in molecules, or peace treaties, or vitamins. It is in the belief that knowledge carries responsibility. And that the greatest science is not in conquering the world, but in healing it.